Well, size is oftentimes the big question, right? People want to know what bra size they want to be, and how do we show them what's possible?
Right, yeah, so I mean, cup size is a big part of the conversation, but in reality, cup size is not a very standardized metric, and it's really hard to, or impossible to guarantee a specific cup size, but we try to understand really what the patient's goals are, their motivations, their aesthetic goals. And so like if they show us before and after photos, if they kind of have an idea in their head of how to communicate what they want to us, that's really, really important. And, you know, communication, open communication, that long-term discussion is really essential to understanding what the patient wants. So yeah, cup size for sure is a super important part of the conversation.
And to some degree with cup size, there is a certain implant size that fits each person based on their anatomy and their dimensions. So we need to guide you as the patient as to what's really possible to do as far as a cup size and what's safe. And and then we can kind of work with you to get as close to your goals as possible.
Yeah, and more technically, of course, it depends on the skin elasticity, the implant, you know, anatomy itself, and kind of the contour, what kind of cleavage the patient wants, what their base width is of their chest. And so those are things that we're thinking about when we're trying to guide specific implant types.
And we'll go over all of this during the consultation. So, of course, there are patients who come in and show us all kinds of pictures, whether they're pictures of their friends or pictures of some famous person. And pictures are both good and bad. They help us to understand your goals, but at the same time, they can be a little bit misleading as to what's realistic.
Everyone's anatomy is totally different. What implant size and shape is, you know, great for one patient in that photo may not necessarily correspond to what your result will look like. And so that is really important to have that conversation with patients. And then, you know, secondly is just, I always ask what do they like about that photo? Like what is appealing to it about it? Sometimes it's maybe not what we're thinking of. So I try to really ascertain, like, what do you like about that photo? Is it the result? Is it the cleavage? Is it the highness? Is it the fullness? Is it the width? Like, all of those things are important.
And that's a really good exercise. If you're going to show a plastic surgeon a photo, try to be able to articulate what it is in the photo that you like. Because if you just say, I want to look like this, that can mean different things depending upon what you're actually pointing out, what specific detail of the photo is important to you. So it helps to really guide the communication with your surgeon to help them tell you what's possible and hopefully reach the goals that you're looking for.
The next thing I would add is I kind of use a Goldilocks technique of saying, send me a photo that you think is just like, this is too small. Send me a photo that you think like, this is way too large and I don't like that. And then we can kind of have a conversation about what is kind of ideal for you and whether that's a realistic goal based on your individual anatomy.
And the great thing about putting in breast implants in the operating room is that we can get sizers, meaning that we can get implants that we can put in that are, like you said, the Goldilocks idea, either too big, too small, the right size, so we can sit you up and kind of gauge what is going to work for you best. And we have an understanding of what your goals are from the consultation, so it works out really nicely.
Yeah, of course, the most obvious one now is probably Kylie Jenner. But there are many celebrities, a lot of, you know, patients are coming in. Sometimes it's based on maybe their body type and kind of the cleavage and the fullness that they want. And they try to find someone who has, you know, a chest dimension or size or cleavage or bra shape that they really like from that, you know, patient. But we do get photos from many types of patients, celebrities, non-celebrities, friends, family.
Or even people that don't exist, some kind of AI-generated image. After surgery, something that comes up is that patients wish they had gone bigger, perhaps. But most people in general are pretty happy with their results. We don't run into too many complaints in that department. I don't know, what do you think? Is there something?
I mean, most people are just thrilled to like go and live their lives and be in social settings and just live life to the fullest. So that's exciting. But I would agree, in breast augmentation, size regret tends to be one thing that we, some patients, you know, mention. I've noticed in training and other aspects of my surgical career. But yeah, I think that's where that Goldilocks technique really comes into play, is like, just show me something that you think is like way too big and show me something that you think is too small for what you think. And then we can kind of have that conversation and see, you know, what fits your anatomy and your aesthetic goals.
So if you're considering surgery, make sure you're working with someone who listens, educates, has experience, and helps make the best choices for you. Call us at 212-427-3982 or visit breastsurgerygroup.com to schedule your consultation.